How's everybody doing in YouTube world? I don't come on here often, but I don't really make videos that much anymore. I do have a life outside of YouTube. But excuse me while I move this camera around. I'm trying to get my earplugs out. But I want to make this video for Shawn Bradley, and I hope he gets a chance to see this. Shawn Bradley, there was a guy, and I'm not gonna say his name on here. He's a sad, sad individual to me. But every time you say his name, he'll get on here saying somebody just want clout because they saying my name. Oh my God. And this is the man who calls everybody's name on YouTube, cusses, and then preaches or whatever. But anyway, he said your name on YouTube. I think it was today or yesterday. He made a video in which he talked about uh, uh, what does this gay have to offer on YouTube, saying you can't sing, dance, you're not an actor. And so I wanted to just say this, okay, without saying this person's name, because he's going to get on here and say somebody told me this guy was making a video, and so I decide, and then he'll say somebody like he's so big time. But Shawn Bradley, this is what I want to say, okay? The guy who said this about you is a failed, listen to the beginning, a failed choir director. There are posters going around YouTube, and I could put one on my community page if you think I'm lying, of this man who said out of his own mouth he moved to a city in Texas to start a choir and to make a CD. But years later, we don't hear this CD. We've seen this man have a bunch of girls at his house singing songs on video, but this man has been he's been a failure at everything but life, okay? This man has had, as he claims, multiple degrees, but somebody doxes him on Facebook, or I'm sorry, YouTube, and he loses his job. He loses his job. Then the man, to try to save face, to say, well, this job makes a whole bunch of money, and it's like we're gonna play this role to make everybody feel like they're dumb. Shawn Bradley, now you and I have we've talked many times on the phone, one on one. And for those who don't know it, Shawn Bradley has my phone number, and I have his. I don't call, and he don't call me, but we have each other's phone number. Shawn Bradley's always shown respect to me, and I give it back in return. Shawn Bradley is a person who knows where I come from on my stance on beliefs, and I understand where he comes from on his stance of beliefs. I've never sided with homosexuality, but I like Shawn Bradley because he's real. I like him because he's forthright, and he's never put up a facade. Nor does he play with God, unlike this other person who plays with Jesus like Jesus is a punk. But anyway, the guy talked about Shawn Bradley doesn't have any talent. He doesn't sing. He doesn't dance. And I'm thinking, and I want to challenge anybody on here who could type it on my message board. Besides this guy singing a little bit on YouTube, what has he done? What is he known for? Mess, gossiping about women all the time. What is he known for? Now he'll say that I'm trying to get clout on here. I'm not monetized. I'm not money hungry, okay? But anyway, okay, Sabrina said big, and yes, he's a begging bum. Yes, Sabrina, thank you. He's a begging bum. I wasn't going to come on here no more because, like I said, when I got on here, I was talking about R. Kelly, the state of black America, and I was pulled into the beef sector. And I started cussing everybody out, and it kind of made my Christianity views look like it was watered down. But I really don't care no more. So whatever person believes, they can believe. But this person is sad. He's a deflected individual. This man has a 4 or 5 big, giant, supersized bedroom house and won't move his poor daddy in it. This man waits till he's 50 years old to come out the closet, and then he wants to talk about everybody else on YouTube. I remember one time and you would think one time I was talking about a guy named Caroline on here, who's another part of that community. And this was years ago, so it ain't no beef if Caroline see it. I'm not on that no more. But Caroline, we were going back and forth, and then The guy I'm talking about got on here and said, when you talk about one of us gays, you talk about us all. And he went on and on and on. And Caroline has made videos about him. Shawn Bradley's made, and I'm naming known people from the LGBT community on YouTube. Shawn Bradley's made videos about him. Caroline's made videos about him. Um, what is the Tim Blaine? Oh God, Tim Blaine hit some hard. Hit some hard. He's made videos about him, and you would think Tim Blaine, being the what you call an elder statesman, he would listen to Tim Blaine and say, "Let me back up, let me chill." He'll keep talking about Tim Blaine for them numbers, them numbers. I gotta get more money. I gotta pay these mortgage, and it's like, dude. But I wanted to make this for Shawn Bradley because he said you don't have talent to sing, you don't have talent to dance, or an actor. He named a few things that you can't do. He was just saying you just a gay guy on YouTube. And I kept thinking, who is this man who got to tell everybody, drink your protein shake? Y'all drink your protein shake. We're gonna lose this weight. Why do you have to tell us? Just do it. Just do it. You don't have to brag about how much weight you lose. Just do it. Just do it. Don't tell everybody you're losing weight. Just do it. I have a cousin. Now hear me out, okay? This is Facebook. I have a cousin. My first cousin. Blood cousin, okay? I'm not gonna say how we're related. I have a big family. A cousin. She gets on YouTube and start posting pictures. I'm losing weight. I'm at the gym. No. You just started yesterday. Do it 3 months from now, and then let us see the before and after. Don't do that now. Don't do like this dude on YouTube who wants to brag and talk about everybody, but yet talk about I'm losing weight. No. Don't do that. Lose the weight first, then show us before and after. Because what happens is you make yourself look like a fool when you don't lose the weight. This man talks about Shawn Bradley doesn't have the talent in the world. Let's pick apart this man. And I'm not starting no beef, you all, but it kind of hit me hard because Shawn Bradley has called me concerned about some stuff I was going through when it came to YouTube in the past. So I want to return the favor by making this video. Shawn Bradley, I've never heard you. I've heard you sing a little bit. You're not R. Kelly or who's another famous R&B singer? Charlie Wilson. You sing, and I can sing, but I'm not no singer. But the guy talked about you can't sing. But what can he do? You've heard him sing a little bit on YouTube. His fame will never go beyond YouTube. This guy claims he's a preacher. He's preached on YouTube. You've never, listen to me good, you will never. And I would bet anybody want a Cash App, we can go back and forth and you can send me your Cash App. I promise you, I will send you $500 if you ever see him preach a hour-long sermon at somebody's church. Not an empty place where he's showing the camera on him, but a church. Somebody filming while there's people in the church. Churches won't accept him because of his lifestyle. Churches won't accept him because they don't see him as a real preacher. I don't care how many degrees he got saying I went to seminary school. He's not accepted. And this is not beef, you all. I'm just saying this because I saw how he compared himself to Shawn Bradley. He could sing. Shawn Bradley can't sing. Dude, you could sing, but it won't go beyond YouTube. Okay, what happened to the choir that you started? And listen, you would think with all that talent he got, he would start another choir. It's always women out there ready to sing. It's always brothers out there saying all they have to do is get them together. Let's start a choir. He can't do that. First of all, he doesn't have interest to a church that'll accept him. So he can't be the leader of any choir. They're not going to accept him. And I know the world is changing as far as the views of LGBT, and this is not a bash against gays. I'm just saying traditionally the black church is not really accepting of that. Okay, and so that's the thing. He's in a world that don't exist. He turned the camera on, and sometimes he turn it on and start singing, "My life beyond, oh Lord." He can sing a little bit, but it's not nothing that's gonna make you go buy a CD. And I would challenge anybody, okay, I will pay $500 for anybody who can show a video of him preaching at a church for a half an hour. I said an hour first, a half an hour. Now he'll come up here and say, I don't want to preach at no church. Well, why'd you get a seminary degree? To preach on YouTube? I don't need a YouTube. I don't need a degree to preach on YouTube. Anybody can do that. He does that because he can't preach. He's not accepted in the church world. Now that's the singing part. Let's go to the choir. Where's this big old choir he started a long time ago? And you all hit thumbs up if I'm making any sense to you. If I'm not, just typing the thing, Larry, you stupid. I can handle it now. But there you go, Bengals fan. Yes, I will say that. Shawn Bradley does travel the world. I've seen Shawn Bradley on a plane far away. I've seen this guy who talked about Shawn Bradley on a cruise ship with the camera up to his face while he's laying down on a cruise, and he talked about it for 45 minutes. And I was thinking, if you're on a cruise ship, hey, vacation means vacate, disappear. Why are you still talking to us? So he and I are different when it comes to vision and viewpoints, but he's not there. He talked about I've heard him brag about his jobs. Okay, let's just go through the jobs for real quick. Airline stewardess or airline steward. I said stewardess. Airline steward. Don't brag about something in the past and you're not at retirement age. What happened to it? You know, and when a man, and I'm going by what Tim Blaine said. This is Tim Blaine. So Tim Blaine, if you see this, I'm blaming you on this. Tim Blaine has said the man can't keep a job. So how's this dude? Why would you brag about a job you don't like? Listen to me good. I'm using myself for an example. I have, he's not a relative, but somebody I've known since I was a baby in diapers. I've known him all my life. He used to, excuse me. He used to brag about, man, I was in the Marines. We did 4 years and we was humping all over the world. He brags about it, but then he'll tell you he hated every minute of it. Why would you brag about a job you hated? There's nothing to brag about. If I hate the job, I don't even want to talk about it. That's like a person. I was in the penitentiary, man. I was in there. I did 5 years. You know, you're making it sound like it was hardcore, right? But then he don't tell you he was getting beat down every day, or violated, if y'all know what I mean. So don't brag about something that you didn't like. Now he talked about. I want to get to the points. I don't want to overdo it. He talked about Shawn Bradley can't sing. I seen them try to dance on the floor when Fabe went to visit him. She had the camera for me, or somebody was holding it. He can't dance. He looked like an awkward fool. He can't dance. He cannot dance. And if you all think I'm lying, for the ones who part of his clique, ask him to dance. Not for me, just ask him to dance, because he's claimed that Shawn Bradley has no talent. Ask him to dance. He can't dance. You know. I know I saw him with some skinny jeans on, looked very stupid. One girl on YouTube who's very prominent, I'm not going to say her name because she did not ask me to do it, so I'm not going to put her name out there. She said when she first met him, his breath stink. So how you sitting there talking about people who are you? Who are you? And y'all forgive me, I get a little hyped and my voice get, this is Pepsi. My voice get a little hyped up or whatever, and I get dropped. Cottonmouth. Give me 1 second. And I'm thinking, who are you to talk about somebody? You sit there and talk about talent. And Tim Blaine said, single men get apartments. A single man don't get no 5-bedroom house. That's stupid. That's stupid. And nobody can get on here and say that was an investment. It was not an investment. He didn't think of that as an investment. That was just something to do because I ain't never had nothing. Therefore, I want to get something big and tremendous or whatever. Hey, I got to have me a family or at least a wife married if I'm going to buy a big house like that. You know, or at least be in a position where I move my mom in. Yes, my mother. You know, she can get a room, have the run of the kitchen, and that's that. You know, and her room have everything, and she ain't got to pay nothing. But I would think, why is this man not bragging to say, I'd move my daddy in. My daddy's here now. I would. My mother's old. She's in her late 60s. I know his daddy's pushing 78 or 80. If not older than that. Why ain't you move your daddy in? but you want to talk about Shawn Bradley or whatever. What have you offered anybody on YouTube besides gossiping about women, gossiping about heavy set women? I'm finna go, y'all, because I do driving and somebody's coming out. But he's a sad man. So Shawn Bradley, my hat's off to you, bro. God bless. Peace.